was kind of a wrestling match of sorts in Alabama. It was an earthquake, you could say. The traditionally Republican state of Alabama surprised the world by electing a Democratic senator. Doug Jones narrowly defeated Roy Moore in yesterday's special election.
Now, the Republican candidate told his supporters it's not over after a race where Moore was outspent and accused of pursuing teenage girls while he was in his 30s. Jones won with 49.9% of the vote, a lead of about 1.5 percentage points or about 20,000 votes.
In his victory speech, Jones said his win sends a message to the world. Manuel Bojorquez is in Birmingham, Alabama, where the Democrats celebrated last night. Manuel, good morning.
Good morning. President Trump tweeted last night congratulating Democrat Doug Jones on a, quote, hard-fought victory in this deeply red state. A win by Jones seemed highly unlikely, and the president would know. He won Alabama last year by nearly 30 points.
I got to tell you, I think that I have been waiting all my life, and now I just don't know what the hell to say.
Last night, even Doug Jones seemed surprised by his unlikely win.
We have shown not just around the state of Alabama, but we have shown the country the way that we can be unified.
Jones' opponent, Republican Roy Moore, blamed his defeat on allegations of sexual misconduct that dogged his campaign for weeks.
Part of the problem with this campaign is we've been painted in an unfavorable and unfaithful light.
He declined to concede, believing an automatic recount was possible.
And that's what we've got to do, is wait on God and let this process play out.
According to CBS exit polling, more than half of voters said the allegations against Moore were true. And Jones found strong support among African Americans, women, and younger voters.
The big story was turnout. In counties where Doug Jones did well, turnout was up over expectations. But Republicans seemed to stay home. Turnout was down in reliably red Republican counties.
President Trump rallied support for Moore in the final days of his campaign, along with former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon,
Judge Moore's a righteous man,
who championed Moore as part of his war on Washington.
I'll tell you, didn't vote for him.
Some blamed Alabama Senator Richard Shelby for Moore's defeat, including supporters we spoke with last night.
These good people here supported Shelby for 25 years and kept him in the Senate, and he turns on them in the last minute.
The write-in campaigns may be one of the factors that cost Moore the election. Nearly 2% of votes were write-ins, which covers Doug Jones' margin of victory. As for the recount Moore is hoping for, Alabama state law calls for one, but only if the margin of victory is less than 0.5%. Jones won by about 3 times that. Gail?
Wow. Thank you very much, Manuel Bojorquez.